Mary, my mother-in-law, handed me a teddy bear as a wedding gift, saying, "Here's a gift for your wedding. Enjoy it." The bear was cute, but I couldn't fully appreciate it. Mary and I hadn't been getting along, so her sudden gesture of kindness was confusing. I met Tom at our gym when he kindly assisted me with a tricky machine. We hit it off immediately and soon started dating. A year later, on my birthday, Tom proposed, and we got married. Life with Tom has been wonderful, but I've had some concerns, particularly regarding my relationship with his mother, Mary. When we visited Tom's family mansion, I was surprised by their wealth. Tom, however, is down to earth and not interested in extravagant spending, which I admire. My father always emphasized the importance of financial independence, so Tom's frugal mindset resonated with me. Unfortunately, my initial meeting with Mary did not go well. She seemed to dislike me from the start and made a hurtful comment about my work as a remote worker, implying that I spent all day playing on the computer. Her remark stung, especially considering my efforts to work hard and be responsible. Though childhood friend love stories sound nice, they may not always reflect reality. Since Mary's mood didn't improve, we decided it was best to leave. On the way home, Tom kept apologizing, saying, "I'm really sorry about my mom. She's been upset about Emily and took it out on you. I'll talk to my dad about it later." Despite Mary's behavior making me question whether marrying Tom was the right choice, I still loved him and wasn't ready to give up easily. I made a silent vow to prove Mary wrong. After our wedding, Tom's father, John, suggested we move into a guest house on their property, which had been empty for years. He explained, "As you get older, it's easy to lose touch with friends. We'd love to have you nearby." Although I was uneasy, I showed the teddy bear to my mom, who immediately told me to get rid of it. Shocked by her reaction, I felt compelled to go to the police station for advice. "My name is Sarah. I'm 28 and work from home. I've been happily married to Tom for a year, though we don't have kids yet." After our wedding, John's offer seemed like a practical solution, and I decided to accept it after discussing it with Tom. The guest house was spacious and cozy, despite being vacant for years. However, this decision brought new challenges. Mary, who lived nearby, started visiting uninvited and criticizing everything. She nitpicked the cleanliness of the house, disparaged my cooking, and belittled my remote work, comparing me unfavorably to Emily, Tom's ex, who apparently excelled at everything domestic. The comments from Mary always seemed to appear when Tom wasn't around. At first, I tried to defend myself, but Mary was skilled at twisting my words, which only left me feeling frustrated. Over time, I realized that engaging with her only caused me more stress, so I began ignoring her remarks. This approach seemed to irritate her even more, and she started using more direct forms of harassment. Mary began hiding community newsletters from me and withholding messages from neighbors, which caused me to miss important community events and get into trouble. One day, while I was folding laundry, Mary deliberately messed it up, handling it with dirty hands that left stains. She would also help herself to food from my fridge without asking and even open packages I had ordered online, criticizing me for being wasteful. When her actions started causing real damage, I reached my breaking point and decided I had to confront her. "Enough is enough, Mary. Even if you have issues because of Emily, this is going too far. Why do you keep harassing me like this?" I said, standing firm with my arms crossed. Mary seemed taken aback by my determination and quickly retorted, "I face challenges as a new bride too, but I never complain to my in-laws like you do. You're quite headstrong. Once you marry into a family, shouldn't you serve and respect your husband's parents? It used to be that way. Do you think it's okay to treat me like this just because you went through it as a bride?" I was stunned by her response, which was chillingly firm. "Yes, I do, and I won't stop. I can't accept someone like you as Tom's wife. If you don't like it, just divorce him and leave," she said. Her words left me speechless and made it clear that reasoning with her was futile. Not wanting to burden Tom, I hesitated but eventually decided to tell him about his mother's behavior. When I finally opened up to Tom, he was distressed. "What is my mother thinking? I've told her countless times not to bother you, and now she's dragging the neighbors into it. Badmouthing is one thing, but interfering with our daily lives is unacceptable. I'm sorry you have to deal with this. I'll have a serious talk with her." That night, Tom confronted Mary at our home. Despite her tearful protests, he stood his ground. "Enough is enough. If this happens again, I won't forgive you." Thankfully, Mary stopped visiting for a while, giving us some much-needed peace. But just when I thought things were settling down, the doorbell rang, and there was Mary, wearing a wide smile and holding a cute teddy bear. I was puzzled by her appearance and the gift. "I'm Mary. What brings you here today?" I asked. She seemed meek and apologetic as she responded, "I'm sorry for everything." Tom scolding me made me realize how childish I was being, taking out my frustrations about Emily on you. I wanted to apologize properly. I realized I never gave you a proper wedding gift, so I thought this teddy bear would be nice. Isn't it cute? I wish you and Tom happiness. Though I thanked her, the gift didn't make much sense to me. I'm not particularly fond of teddy bears or stuffed animals in general. For a wedding gift, something practical like kitchenware or appliances would have been more appropriate, especially given our recent conflict. I wondered if there was a hidden motive behind the gesture. Feeling uneasy, I decided to consult my mom, who lived nearby. I had previously confided in her about Mary's harassment. When I showed her the teddy bear, her normally calm demeanor changed suddenly. "Sarah, your dad brought some sweets as a souvenir. Let's put the teddy bear in the living room and have some coffee first. Help me get things ready," she said, acting strangely. Despite my unease, I went to the kitchen. As soon as I entered, my mom grabbed my shoulder with a serious expression. "You need to get rid of that thing quickly, otherwise, something terrible will happen." "What? Why the sudden urgency? Is there something wrong with the teddy bear?" I asked, confused. "Calm down and listen. That stuffed animal is," my mom began, explaining the situation. I was left speechless by Mary's outrageous behavior, but my patience had run out. "I understand now. I need to return the gesture," I said, placing the teddy bear in the living room and waiting for Tom to come home. When Tom saw the teddy bear, he asked, "Isn't it cute? Did you buy this to welcome me home?" "No, this is a wedding gift from your mother," I replied. "From Mom? Why would she give a teddy bear?" Tom asked, puzzled. I pulled him aside to explain the situation and sought his advice on what to do next. A few hours after our discussion, Tom and I found ourselves in a heated argument. "You preferred Emily because she was nicer," I accused him. "Just like your mom said, that's why you wanted to marry her." Tom's response was sharp. "I never said that. You're reading too much into it." The argument quickly escalated, with harsh words being exchanged. In a moment of anger, Tom declared, "That's it. Marrying someone like you was a mistake. Let's get divorced right now." Just as he spoke, Mary burst into the house. She stood at the doorway with a broad smile on her face and said, "Tom, you finally see the truth. She's the worst wife, strong-willed, not cute at all, and so presumptuous. I always knew she wasn't right for you. Divorce her immediately and kick her out of this house." Mary's delight quickly turned to confusion as she noticed the cold, silent exchange between Tom and me. I addressed her slowly. "You noticed we were fighting, didn't you?" Mary stumbled, trying to cover her tracks. It was just a hunch. I just felt it," she stammered, but her shifty eyes betrayed her. "Don't lie," I said firmly. "Tell the truth. You rigged a teddy bear with a surveillance camera and a bug, didn't you?" My mother had noticed the peculiar gift and suspected something was wrong. She recalled a similar crime reported in the news, involving a woman spied on through a stuffed animal. Mary's expression froze as she realized I knew the truth. On my way back, I went to the police station to report this. "They should be arriving any minute now," I continued, watching as panic flickered across Mary's face. "That's ridiculous. Don't joke about this. Calling the police over such a thing is an overreaction. Call them back and cancel it right now," she pleaded desperately. "Planting cameras and listening devices in someone's home is a serious crime," I said. "It's your fault for being so insolent that I felt I had to find something to hold over you." Mary tried to shift the blame, lashing out in anger. "You are an outrageous woman," she said. Tom finally reached his breaking point with his mother. "Enough is enough. I've never been more ashamed to call you my mother. I thought you regretted mistreating Sarah, but then you pull something like this. Please don't be angry, Tom. I was doing it for you," Mary tried to explain. "So committing a crime is justified?" Tom retorted. "I shouldn't have been lenient just because you're my mother. I'm going to report this to Dad and cut ties with you. Stay away from Sarah and me." Mary began to scream, attempting to apologize through tears. Tom stopped her, saying, "You're apologizing to the wrong person." He turned to me and said, "Sarah, I'm sorry. I felt like I was losing Tom to you and made a foolish mistake. I deeply regret it. I won't oppose you again. Please forgive me." Despite her desperate pleas, forgiveness was out of the question for me. "I will never forgive you. I reached out to you multiple times, and you ruined it. How could I forgive being given such a disgusting gift? Sorry might work for children, but as adults, we must face the consequences of our actions." Neither Tom nor I felt any sympathy for Mary. Later, the police arrived and gave her a stern warning. Weeks later, Tom finalized the divorce, and Mary was kicked out of the house. Apparently, Tom had long been frustrated with her reckless spending and mistreatment of me, compounded by the teddy bear incident. He had had enough. Now, Mary lives in a rundown apartment, struggling with multiple part-time jobs, a consequence of her actions. I hope she uses this opportunity to reconsider her choices and change for the better. As for me, I'm grateful to live in peace, surrounded by Tom's kindness. In just a few months, we will be welcoming our long-awaited baby into the world. We're filled with anticipation for the day our little one arrives.